Welcome back, Flare community. I hope you're all well and having an incredible Thursday as always. And yes, it is time for the weekly news update where we're covering everything that's significant that's happening on both the Songbird and the Flare network. So we're going to jump straight in. Here is xHaven and we're looking at the NFT leaderboards for this week. Topping the chart this week is the Loyaltists collection from Anosis. In second place, there is the Smuggler Chimp traits, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment. We've got the Smuggler Chimps in third place, Focus Pass in fourth place, and in fifth place, we have the Blockbones collection. If you are new here, you may not know that every single month you can claim Flare drops just for holding WFLR or having your FLR staked. The ratio or the percentage for this month was 2.31%. That's per month, and that is absolutely incredible returns without having to do really anything. In addition to that, you can compound this and make it grow even further. So this is a great return, and yes, in the last week you can claim them. So make sure you get them claimed. In addition to that, it's not the only reward on Flare. Obviously, there's delegation rewards, staking rewards, but there is also the RFLR distribution too. This is reward Flare for anyone within the Flare community that is participating in various DeFi liquidity pools. So decentralized finance, supplying the liquidity so people can trade with your assets. Not only do you get fees, not only do you get the delegation rewards tied to that, you also get RFLR rewards. And these are some of the highest APYs in the space. Very generous indeed. And again, this all compounds because you get the RFLR rewards. That means that you earn more Flare drops, which means that you can put that into more liquidity pools. All very exciting stuff. And while these Flare drops are ongoing until the very start of next year, I think it's a really big opportunity to accumulate and compound the FLR that you have. Right, let's get into the news. There's a new update to the FTSO AU's website, and it is a new rich list. So if you are interested to see how you stack up against other holders, this is definitely the place to go. Now, I am aware that they are tinkering around with some of the wallets because there are a lot of different wallets that contain an excessive amount. Some things that you can see here are contracts that are responsible for distributing FLR to holders, and they are going to be updating this over time and refining it to make sure it accurately represents the holders in the space, the community members, and not just the contracts. So definitely worth checking out, even if you just want to have a little peek. And yeah, I look forward to seeing more updates in the near future. Now, there was a really big space hosted by Vet, and it was with Hugo talking about XRP staking, which is coming to the Flare network. Of course, one of the precursors for that is the ability to have FXRP on the Flare network, so F assets need to launch first. Have you heard of Scribe Chain? Well, this is an incredible bit of technology, and if you go here, you can follow them at Scribe Chain FLR, and they basically roll up a recording or a space and summarize it here. This is the summary of the space that I just mentioned, XRP staking, and it gives a great overview of what was talked about and what was discussed. Of course, this was 1 hour long, and you could probably read this in a good 5 minutes. So definitely worth checking out if you are in of short time, let's say. And yeah, something that I'll be keeping my eye on too. In fact, there is a video that will be uploaded in the near future which discusses it in a little bit more detail from Banknote, which is the creator of this DApp. We've got King Karan here asking if we are ready. This is referring to XRP staking. We're going to see a huge inflow of XRP from the XRP ledger to the Flare network. Well, the XRP doesn't ever actually leave the XRP ledger. What you get is a derivative of that, which is known as FXRP. Of course, redeemable 1-for-1 at any time. And I think it's going to be really interesting to see that all of the people within XRP have access to a plethora of different DeFi opportunities on the Flare network already. Now, if you compare that to the XRP EVM sidechain, I'm not sure if they have apps. I know that they're still testing. It's not actually live yet. It's just on the testnet. But even once it does launch, it takes time for a network to mature and build and launch all of the decentralized applications that we see today on Flare, for example. You know, Flare has been alive and kicking for many years now. We've got NFT marketplaces, we've got futures contracts, we've got borrowing and lending, decentralized exchanges, V2, V3, a lot going on. And I think that this is something that a lot of people within the XRP community may neglect. I think once you bring your FLR over to the Flare network, we're going to see a rapid expansion of the applications that are supporting these F assets. And of course, it doesn't just end with XRP. This, take it with a grain of salt, this was from the Flare team, posted yesterday. 90 days to get you even more excited. XRP-Fi loading. Of course, this was referring to Donald Trump's pause on the tariffs. But yeah, the Flare team here are saying 90 days to get you even more excited. I say take it with a grain of salt because we know what Flare are like with deadlines. We'll see what they can pull out of the bag, but I think this is in relation to the XRP staking mechanism. And something interesting to think about is that if this application launches within 90 days, we may even be able to expect XRP to launch within 90 days because XRP staking cannot be used and utilized without XRP. Right, let's continue. This was a quote from that very same Spaces with Vet and Hugo. Hugo said, "We've got the data." This is the FTSO, the Flare Time Series Oracle. "We're building the bridges, that is through F assets, and then the Flare team want to focus on compute." This is T's and all the exciting things that come along with that. Trusted execution environments, and you're going to be hearing a lot more about this in the near future as and when it is developed and released. This from Stahl, round 3, we've entered through the gate of the world of DeFi, and this is a nice little map that I thought was pretty interesting, showing a lot of the DeFi applications that have launched on the Flare network. And I'm sure that this is just the start. I'm sure that there'll be many more to come in the future. Speaking of apps, this is from Oxenflow, which has just released the 1.5 version now on the App Store. It's basically a way that you can manage your wallets, not just for the XRP ledger, but also for Flare 2. I imagine they will be initially supporting the ability to interact with the F asset application, similar to Bifrost. So if you are in need for another wallet, be sure to check out Oxenflow. So what am I doing these days? I'm heavily focused on the Yoru collection powered by Digital Dynamics. And once that's done, we're going to get the Fusion out the way, and then it's going to be the Dynamics rewards. And I'm actually going to be building or commissioning someone to build an infographic about the whole ecosystem of Digital Dynamics. It's something that I've been working on for a long time now. And yeah, I really can't wait for it to share it with you. Of course, if we go back to xHaven over here, you can see that there are a lot of Digital Dynamics powered collections that are often topping the top charts. We often see Blockbones in there, Blockbones traits, Yoru, more Blockbones, we've got Smuggler Chimps, and there's also another collection coming very soon. Speaking of Blockbones, yes, if you are holding a fully fused NFT, fourth batch of rarity-based rewards are now live to claim. So yeah, there's a total of 2,669 NFTs that are fully fused. Each one gets a Digital Dynamics airdrop, and they get FLR based on how rare the NFT is. This fourth month distributed 400,000 FLR. It was just shy of $5,000 at the time. The fifth month will distribute 500,000 FLR, the sixth month 600,000 FLR, and so on until we get to the 19th month, and it may even be extended. In the 19th month of distribution, we will be sending 1.9 million FLR to all of the Blockbones holders that are fully fused. In addition to that, if you are looking to fully fuse your NFT, I've listed 100 trait crates on xHaven for 700 FLR. This is cheaper than what you can buy on the Blockbones website, because I know that there's a lot of people with base layers that want to unlock these rewards but don't have the traits to do so. So with that in mind, you can get a trait crate of various varieties, whether it's the head, the background, the torso, and then you can essentially open the trait crate and receive something at random. It could be an ultra rare, it could be a common, or somewhere in between, and then you can fuse that to your Blockbones NFT and start unlocking the rewards. If you want to just cut all of that noise out, we are introducing semi-special trait auctions. The first one has just launched and ends this Sunday. The beautiful thing about this is that it's one trait that encompasses all other traits. It's like a 5-in-1. It means that this trait will give you fully fused status. It can only be sold or can only be bought in Bones coin. And in addition to that, this is part of the Blockbones burn incentive or the promotion that we have going on. And 90% of all proceeds from these auctions will be burnt. If you want to join it further and catalyze the burn, every like and repost on this particular post will incur another 200 additional BNZ burn. So I'm really looking to deflate the bone supply quite significantly over the next couple of weeks. And of course, this means that everyone that is holding bones increases their share of the earn. Digital dynamics time. This was the big update for me, something that I've been working on for a long time. We've now unlocked fusion for smuggler chimps. So if you are holding a smuggler chimps NFT, you can fuse it. So this is what it kind of looks like. Go over to the website here. You load in your contract, connect your wallet, select the NFT, and then you can pick between the traits, categories that you want to fuse, and you basically build it out. So definitely interesting stuff. If you are holding one, make sure to get it fused, because in the near future, rewards will be unlocked. And I'll be talking about that as well as we draw ever closer. This is from VeryGuard, I believe developed by none other than Jon Snow. What is your verification status beyond just Discord? Because initially, this is the way that you can assign roles and get access to different channels in a Discord group by verifying you yourself as a holder of a particular NFT, excuse me. What if you could leverage verified Web3 data and extend it to social media platforms like X, Facebook, and Instagram? What if they told you that this was part of the plan the whole time? So I'd highly recommend following VeryGuard. I'm keeping a close eye on this and their developments, and will likely be integrating it to the various Discord servers that I'm hosting, particularly Blockbones and Digital Dynamics. That's pretty much the news, but I just did want to end on this. Of course, this week has been crazy in terms of volatility, and I'm just sitting back here watching everything unfold. Still have a good position in the FLR and USDT liquidity pools, and harvesting the volatility as we see this huge volume surround not just the decentralized exchanges, but the centralized exchanges too. Still earning delegation and staking rewards, and still earning RFLR DeFi emissions. Yesterday, we did actually have some crazy news about FLR. Well, not news, but some crazy price action. It was one of the biggest gainers. At some point, I believe it was plus 70%. And here, when I posted this, it was plus 30%. It just goes to show how quickly things can change. In fact, let's go to CoinMarketCap really quick and see what type of gains it's been making in the past 24 hours. You can see it's the top Out of the top 100, it is in second place with 25% gains in the last 24 hours. Pretty crazy stuff. And like I said, blink and you will miss it. All it takes is one big news update and the price could go wild. So if you are watching, congratulations. I think you're here in the right place at the right time. Again, I'd like to thank you all so much for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Have yourself an incredible weekend. And until next time, I'm out.
Mission Control, we have liftoff.